Hey, it's me. Welcome to, well, I'm going to be doing a video game review. Specifically, a review of a DLC. I'm going to be reviewing, give my opinion of Shadow of War's Blade of Galadriel, however you say it. It's hard to really say. And, pretty much, let's see, where to start. Shadow of War. That is the sequel to, pretty much, Shadow of Mordor. In Shadow of Mordor, pretty much, Talion, he is a ranger, a Gondor ranger. Family gets ambushed. Family gets killed in front of him by orcs and, orcs, and he gets his throat cut. However, right before he's about to die, his body gets infused and possessed by the soul of Celebrimbor, which is the elf that happened to make the One Ring for Sauron. And also his family had been killed, and well, Sauron killed him with his own hammer to the face and the head. Claw side too. So Celebrimbor looks pretty terrible face-wise. Hey you. My cat's upside down. But, yeah, so Celebrimbor is, pretty much, excuse me, he is possessing Talion, and Talion's okay with it, and so they have a little deal, a truce, a pact. Yeah, that, they want to destroy Sauron. They want to take him down as best they can. Which gets us to, well, Shadow of War, the sequel. He pretty much loses, Celebrimbor to Shelob in the beginning. He makes a deal to get her back, but he loses his handcrafted ring in the process. They get the ring back from Shelob, but she's afraid that Celebrimbor will be just like Talion. And pretty much, long story short, Talion is nice to orcs. Celebrimbor doesn't really care about anyone, he just wants revenge. Making that ring, being with Sauron, has made him unequal to Sauron. The way he's the Dark Lord, they call him the Bright Lord for a reason. Because he's going to be just as bad as Sauron, except he'll be a good guy version. With a nice, I mean, not nice, just, you know, like, I don't know, like Adam from Has-Been or something, pretty bad. And, yeah, so he abandons Talion. Talion becomes a wraith, and he goes along with Galadriel. And eventually he abandons Galadriel. I mean, not with Galadriel. Etariel. Yeah, here we go. The big part. The DLC that they made. Blade of Galadriel. Oh, jeez. Is that a... what? I don't know what they were thinking. Well, they must have got infected their rooms with some pretty interesting-minded writers, because, yeah. In this game, they put in someone called the Blade of Galadriel. Etariel. Some elf that's working for Galadriel. Right away, she's a pain in the ass. She does not like Talion. She does not seem to trust him. She doesn't trust Celebrimbor. She doesn't trust any of them. Because, well, she just doesn't. She's pretty much a bitch. And, yeah, so, pretty much, Celebrimbor is the one that ditches Talion and goes with her. And the whole DLC... wow. It's like, it's amazing. It's like they really, really wanted to, put like a girl boss in there, a female protagonist to make a new sequel or something, or replace Talion. And they fumbled it bad. She's a terrible one. She's pretentious. She's annoying. She's a Mary Sue. She acts like a Mary Sue, and the DLC just makes her, like, propped up and important when she just appears out of nowhere in the game and is just random elf sent by Galadriel. Woo. She has no need to be in there. She's just shoved in there. And thus the DLC begins. You play as You play as Etariel. The names are so hard to remember. I've never been an elf fan. I've always been, what was it? A dwarf fan. I like the dwarfs. So pretty much, Etariel starts off fighting Talion, who's evil and a wraith now. Just like the Witch King. And all the other of the 9. As I believe that there's 9. And pretty much, you beat Talion, and they come to a truce. And so she decides to help Talion, and she goes to 4 different orcs. 4 different orc tribes. And this game is just... Alright, those little missions where you get the orcs, you can get like 1, 2, 3, 4 different orcs. Maybe 5, as I recall. You get like the Boom Brothers, you get like the Builder, or the Architect, you got like the Mole People one, the Digger, you got a new follower, some orc that's called the Enchanted that loves you. He's kind of weird, kind of dumb. The Boom Brothers are interesting. They kind of look like Twisted from, the musical band Twisted. Except one of them dies, blowing themselves up. And for the Digger and the Architect mission, you have to choose sides. You get both, but still. But that's it. You do those missions, but that's it. You got none of Talion's powers. You can't go around and like brainwash any orc captains you see, any ones that look kind of cool, or would have seemed cool. You just go around and kill them now. You're not Talion. You can't brainwash them. You can't like make them your followers, your friends, your buddies, your bodyguards. All you can do is kill them. And her combat sucks. Terribly. Literally just all the cool Sarah Brember powers. Nothing. All she's got is the power of light. She can just launch arrows, throw balls of light. I think it's arrows. I can't really remember. But and she definitely can she makes like this thing where she like blinds everyone with the light by holding her hand out. And if you press the button supposedly a lot, it makes the enemies disappear, but it's a pain. It is nowhere near as good as Talion's, because that's just it. That's it, just light powers, and it's dumb. No cool, powers like Talion, no, brainwashing, no, shadow power of Sarah Brember, or shadow wraith power, nothing. She's just a basic bitch. And, it introduces 2 new wraiths. And it's like, okay, who are they? And why are they there? And you beat these 2 wraiths, but still, who are they and why are they there? They're 2, Asian wraiths, and it's like, there's never been any, Asian wraiths, and they're women twins. I don't recall there ever being any women twin ring wraiths. And twins, and it's just, they're not in the movies, they're not in anything, they're just jammed in there for there to fight and for the thrill and whatever. It's stupid. We call that ham-fisted in there. They pushed it in there, they fisted it right in there, right into the DLC, those 2 enemies. And then after that, you meet up with Talion, and oh no, guess what? He is the final boss. And you're stuck fighting Talion. And every time you hit Talion, Well, it's a possessed version of Talion, actually. Before, you were just fighting regular Talion at the beginning. Now, this one's like possessed. Completely possessed, taken over, evil now. A complete ring wraith. All of his humanity is gone. And that makes it even worse, because in the beginning, Talion would like accuse her of stuff and say it was her fault, which obviously it is all her fault. Good job, Etariel. Good job. Big thumbs down from me and a bunch of the fans. We hated it. And, yeah. But this time, Talion's possessed. He's still got all the powers that he has, but he's possessed now. I can climb on the wall in the game at the final battle and then just jump off the bridge and stab him a few times for stealth, but yeah. Fighting as her sucks too, because you can't like steal people's health or bring in any followers or anything. You have to use that stupid light shit, and it's junk. So, you finally beat him. He's possessed. You finally beat him, and well, that's it. And pretty much, he'll live on. I guess pretty much he'll live on until the One Ring is absolutely destroyed, the same way that Brember, and will be free and Sauron destroyed once the ring's defeated, but ugh, jeez. What a mess. Poor Talion. What a disgrace. They had a cool character. They had someone. Then they did him dirty in the second game. They turned Brember into an evil prick, even though he's already kind of pretentious. They made him even more pretentious and more of a holier-than-thou elf. Just abandoned Talion when Talion said no and wouldn't go along with him. And then they just shafted Talion and just tried to replace him with a Galadriel. What a joke. Honey, you got a boss too close to the sun. I pity you. Not really. You annoyed me too much, Etariel. Your skills suck and your powers are terrible, and you're not Talion. And well, that's not why there's no third game. Shame too. They had the best combat nemesis system. Now it's pretty much lost to time. But yeah, played a Galadriel. I'm going to be generous and give it 2 out of 10 because they are amusing, some of those orc characters, but it was not a fun experience and I had to force myself to play through it. It was a chore. And the only reason I 2 out of 10 is because the cool orcs, and if you beat the game, you beat the DLC, you get all those orcs and you could put them in your main game with Talion. So that's the only good part. That's like finding a thorn bush and one branch is dead, so you're not getting completely stabbed to death. That's what it's like. Anyway, that's been my review of the Blade of Galadriel. A dumpster fire, a disaster, and a horrifying, disappointingly whimpering end to what was Shadow of War. What a shame. They should have just stuck with Talion somehow.